Let's see. What in the world? I don't know what this thing's doing.
Good morning.
Oh,
We're cooking.
for some reason, I don't have any video, but hopefully everybody's able to log in. I don't know what's going on.
Jason, you reset the link for this meeting.
I didn't reset it. I just resent it. I didn't.
Huh.
Resent it. It looked like a different number from what Karen had.
We probably need to make, just for the heck of it, resend the one for the 10 o'clock meeting too, don't you think?
I checked on that and it said this meeting was scheduled for April 20th.
Oh,
That was the 10 o'clock one.
Minimize. I don't know. What I have on Zoom here is 5:18 Sky Valley Council work session from 9 to 10. And then 5:18 Sky Valley regular council meeting from 10 to 11:30. So I don't know what y'all perceive, but you gotta love technology.
hey, it's okay. But right after this meeting, if you could resend the 10 o'clock one, that would be great, Jason. And we'll mention that during our meeting also to look for their email for the new login. Because you don't have anything else to do. Did you click the video button when you signed on? I don't
It
know if
says
that's,
I'm getting notification that it's recording. However, it will not allow me to start video so I can see myself. I can see every one of you all though.
okay.
So maybe I've broke the camera. I don't know.
I don't think so.
But anyway, I don't know what's this is technology. It's the nature of the beast sometimes.
We're missing Ed. I told him we resent the link. And also Doug. Would you resend the link to Doug, Jason, too? This is like a Monday morning, isn't it?
Well, I suspect this will be poorly attended.
All right, there's Ed. Okay, there's Ed.
Tony and Jim need to unmute.
No, I really don't.
You just,
Tony took the words right out of my mouth.
There's
Hello, gang.
Mr. Morley.
Hey, Ed,
Nice seeing all of you this morning.
and
Yes.
you.
Is Jason sending a message out to our residents, letting them know the new Zoom launch meeting?
I asked him to, Ed.
Yeah.
Karen, have you taken your vitamins so that your hand won't fall off after today?
I know, right? Hopefully it'll be short and sweet, right?
Is
There you
that,
go.
is that
Uh-huh.
something? Is that something, Karen, you've sent out like MailChimp or something, whoever this group is? I mean, as far as anybody beyond here,
No, it goes out on MailChimp.
I mean, I don't have a list to resend this link to.
Yeah, I mean, I can, it'll take me, it's not
Mhm.
just a one button process.
That's what I was trying to say. It's not that, I don't know what's going on with it, but I mean, it's,
Karen, can you send out the link to both meetings this morning and we can just kind of forestall the beginning of this meeting?
Yeah, if, I'm gonna have to log off and
Okay,
you'll just give me,
do I need to create a new link and just send this to everybody and we just try this again in about 10 minutes?
well, I'll just need, because I copied what you sent to me, those
Yeah.
links for the meeting. So, but if you'll send me a new one for 10 o'clock, I'll send both of those out real quick.
Okay.
And why don't you just mention in there that we've delayed the start of the meeting this morning until maybe
I'm gonna-
8:30?
All right.
9:30?
how about 9:30?
So
That
are we
would be
going,
even better.
are we going to end this meeting and I just create a new work session link and a new council link?
That'll be fine with us. Is that fine with y'all?
and that's good. So we're gonna be 9:30, 10:30 now?
Yeah,
I mean, I've got people joining me. Jenna Haslett with Servalines coming in now. So,
Yes. I see. Well, maybe we'll take one and you just resend this link. And the new one for 10 o'clock,
well, I
10:30.
mean, okay, so real quick, so I understand there's a lot of going on. Are we canceling this meeting and we're gonna start again at 9:30?
I would
What do
just
you-
use, I would use the same link. And then I can just copy that and send it out and,
So if I stop this meeting, will it pick back up and record from the same or?
Can you not just leave it running and then we come back or no?
I mean, I guess I could. I mean, I can, I mean, you've got the link. I just emailed it to you all. So we just,
But I don't know if the people in the community have it.
that's what she was gonna try to send out.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, so we're
Uh,
staying on this link. And then you're sending it out again and a new one for 10 o'clock, 10:30, is that right?
well,
Yeah.
Okay,
well, 10, it'd be, well, so, will it be
All
10
right,
o'clock?
10:30.
okay. So everybody that's with us, please stay with us and look bright and cheery.
So we're gonna move the council meeting to 10:30 now, or we're gonna keep it at 10?
You think we can get done at
I mean,
10?
I think we could get through this in 30 minutes. Unless
Okay.
y'all have a lot of questions from Jenna or something. I mean,
Well, just in case we do, why don't we do 10:30?
okay, well, I'm gonna, while we're all standing by, I mean, so we're gonna just hang around for another, we've got 25 minutes until 9:30. That's a long time for y'all to just hang around. I mean, Mike, we can do that though.
Well, we could have our window open. That doesn't mean we have to be sitting here.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna
And-
minimize the screen, and so I'm gonna send a new link for the 10:30 council meeting. I'm gonna mute my mic.
And the 9:30 one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Why
Jenna,
don't you
if
just
you're
look-
there, hang in there.
I'm here. Hi, y'all. Good morning. Always fun figuring out technical stuff,
Yeah.
right?
All right. Well, you can just sit there and think deep thoughts, Jenna, till it's time.
Okay. I might actually go get some more coffee. So
There you go.
I'll go turn off my video and I will be right back.
Thank you.
Hey, Holly,
Mhm.
I've had some folks ask about Fall Fest. Is that feasible this year?
I think it'd be great if I address that in our council meeting. And the way it
Okay.
looks right now, Bruce, is we probably aren't going to schedule one due to the repair of the culvert and not having street access like we will need it in the fall.
Okay. Well, I'll convey that too.
Unless you want it at your house.
Let me see if I'll talk to Kat.
Of course, we'd have to come in the back way if we have a back way.
And also, either this week or next week, I'd like to set up a cleanup, city cleanup from the front entrance
Yeah,
to the visitor center.
right. I'd
uh,
love for you to do that and also to videotape it so that we can send it, put it on our site and put it on the Forward Raven website. And they also said, remember that they will pay for all the materials that we will need to do that.
Okay, well, we'll set a date and I'll, when you say videotape it with phone.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And check to see who, double check the contact so I can get everything we need. But I'd like to get it done before Memorial Day and, next week's going to be warm. This week, temperature wise would be better.
We
But-
also need to get our public works guy out there to cut the grass out there. It's about thigh high almost there
Yeah.
on Mud Creek. We need to do that too.
Yeah, by the overlook.
Uh-huh. No,
And,
by the Junction store.
I'm
on the-
sorry, Junction.
Yeah,
And once we decide on a date, Ed was real helpful on getting the word out to the community for volunteers.
stand at the entrance with the sandwich board.
Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
it.
Okay, he can do it. And
I
then
think
Tony,
he-
go
I think
ahead,
he
Ed.
means Ed Stiles.
Well,
Oh,
he
yeah,
can do-
right. I'm sorry. You're Ed.
Clarify.
Oh, well, he can do that too. And Tony's gonna wear his special outfit as our creature. Is that right, Tony?
I will find one just for you, Holly.
Hey, guys,
What is the
hey, guys,
salamander?
hey, guys, just a
Yeah.
reminder, this is being recorded.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. Are you saying we're being goofy, Bill?
No, not at all.
Tony, what was the salamander again?
See there, I've forgotten again already.
See, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Whatever the creature's name is, it is not attractive.
Was it a hellcat?
I don't remember. This is a salamander that they think we have in our area that is unique. I don't remember. Good morning, Doug.
Morning.
We're having technical difficulties, so we're going to start a little later this morning. So go
That's
get,
fine. I was too.
okay, good. We'll go get you some coffee.
All right, I will. Thank you.
Okay.
Stay on the line.
Yeah.
I have a question. Who's this clean shaven man that's pretending to be Bruce?
It's me.
This is his summer look.
I was wondering how long it's gonna take y'all.
I didn't realize it was you.
It took Kathy a second.
Did you just get too close to the barbecue?
I did. That was lighting up a cigar, Bill. That's what happens.
We have somebody online that is 17038.
I thought you already explained that was my cell number.
No, I didn't explain that. I think we need a new name for you on there, Jim.
It's technology. I'm not sure what's to be done with it. I got a new computer and had to sign on, and that's what it gave me.
Okay, you've been called worse.
And will in the future. Hopefully not by present company, but.
Well, just as long as that doesn't get printed on a shirt. That's okay.
All right. To interject, I have went in and created a rescheduled 10:30 a.m. meeting. I have sent y'all the link and sent that to where it can be mass sent out.
Thank you. Yeah, I see it. It just came in.
Yep, me
I
too.
saw it.
It will not allow me.
Wonder why Jason's photo is not showing.
I don't know. This computer is conveniently telling me that it needs to do a update restart. I don't know if that's, I wonder what correlation that is with this camera, but it's telling me that when every time I click start video, it says Zoom is unable to detect the camera. Make sure that your camera is powered on and is connected to your computer. So I don't know.
That's your computer camera, I bet, Jason. The camera in your computer.
Yeah, I don't know what's, like I
That's
said,
what
it's,
it would be.
I don't know. That's,
Maybe by council meeting, we'll get to see your face.
How about looking at the bottom left-hand side of your screen? When you pull your arrow down there, it has a little thing that says stop video.
yeah, I've clicked that about 14 times.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It's, I mean, the good thing is that I guess y'all can hear me, and again, I don't know what's going on, but
And we can.
Well, good. And anybody that has emailed me, and I've received several saying they can't access, I have been forwarding them the link to this meeting here, so,
Okay,
and I've been allowing people to join as they come available, but anyway.
well, at least we have 10 people participating. 6 of them
Well-
being us,
Well, being a work session, you've got the particulars here, so.
or 8 of us, I guess. 6, 7, no, 10 of us. There's 10 of us. Did you get your coffee, Doug?
I've noticed in some other meetings that if people can't get on, if it doesn't start, if it starts late, they get frustrated and just give up.
Well, interesting, the Bill Oliver is indicated that he's got his mic muted and also his camera's off.
Yep.
Mhm.
You don't want to hear me slurping my coffee.
We'd be jealous.
Yeah, my
Go-
poor, my
go
poor
ahead.
wife thought the camera was still on, so she went crawling by on the floor to miss the camera.
You should have had the camera on for that.
Yeah, well, I waited a while before I told her the camera was off.
So when I troubleshoot Zoom as to why the camera's not working, it tells me to restart the computer, which will end this meeting. So what we'll do is I will restart it. I will restart it once this is concluded and prior to the 10:30 meeting. So hopefully that will solve that problem.
Great. Did they start working on the city hall this weekend? I didn't notice, Jason.
The drainage has been put in, which was the much needed. That has been the major priority with all the rain we have, but he has done that and he has ordered the materials. Of course, which is good because probably we get to early June, the prices will have doubled.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing he's already done that.
Great. And you're gonna have Cody on the 10 o'clock meeting, 10:30 meeting?
He will be here. He
Great.
will be here. So I'm
Great.
gonna actually I'm gonna have him come in here and he'll just come into my office and
Okay.
I think James is planning to be here. The chief, he and his police officers are having to do their required qualifying for the firearms conveniently today, but I'm prepared to give his report for him.
Okay.
Cool, let's go shoot stuff.
Bill.
I tell you, with the price of ammunition, we may have to do a budget amendment when he gets back.
That is if
Anyway.
you can find it. I see one more participant related to Mr. Curtis.
Hmm.
Doug, if we finish our 10 o'clock meeting at 11:30, will that give you enough time to be at our executive session at 1?
Yes, if I can leave here by 11:30, I'll be there at 1.
Okay, without speeding?
I can't guarantee that.
I just saw the city links just came through again. So maybe we'll have some more people.
Oh, now that we're starting to get a bunch of our seasonal folks back, we might want to consider doing these in person.
We can, what I'd like to do, Bill, is do both because we just have so many more people who participate on Zoom. But we can try it again.
I would probably recommend that we space everybody out just a little bit. I think the problem that we had was that if Jim is talking, it picks up in Tony's mic. If Bruce is talking, it picks up, and it was really a train wreck. When I went back and looked at the recording, I know we're doing the other recording with the other camera, but there was just a lot of feedback issues with that last meeting. But maybe if we spaced ourselves out a couple of feet apart, that may work better next
Okay,
time.
well, we can give it a whirl.
Yeah.
I got an idea on how we can do that. We'll talk later.
Okay,
Okay.
Instead of all of us having our computers up, we can point one computer at where we're sitting, and then Jason's microphone will pick up our comments, and we'll just crank up the in-house microphone that we have there at CVC, so it'll be heard. That way we accomplish both without the feedback. So we can test that out, Holly.
Yep. Or maybe just have 2 or 3 computers. Well, yeah, we can test all that out.
Wondering if there's some technology out there that allows you to maybe like use a screen and one camera that takes care of all of us, one microphone that takes care of all of us instead of separate units. I have to think of a lot of businesses when they're having conferences where they invite people, that you would think there's technology out there that would allow us to do that.
There is. I've used it in the past.
Just have a giant monitor, you mean?
Well, it's a piece of technology. I think it's called a portal, and it sits like I've used it in a boardroom for board meetings, and whoever's talking, the camera will go to them, even if they're walking around, and follow them and broadcast. And when that person's not talking, everybody sees the whole group.
Be interesting to see if we can connect that to Zoom. That's a good thing to look into.
Yeah, I believe you can, because
Okay.
we would do that across the country for other locations.
Oh,
to
cool.
watch a meeting. So I'll take a look. I'll look up that device and the cost.
That'd be-
And guys, can we meet at the CBC at 12:30 and set this up? Set the tables up for the executive session?
Bruce, we're having that in the back 9. It's already set up.
Okay.
It's not public, so we should be good.
Bill, does that require a camera operator, or does the camera somehow follow the voice around the room?
Follows the voice around. Don't need a camera operator. Just sits stationary.
That'd be cool.
Does
Cool.
its work.
That would be great.
I'll look it up and let you all know.
Thank you.
We'll have a bake sale to buy it. We've got a couple more people joining us, so that's good. Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
Now 9:25, so I know we got 13 people. I've allowed everybody that's wanted to come in.
Think we should get started, Jason?
Mr. Kidd, being a work session, you think we're good to go? I mean, we've
Well,
sent
I had
out the
put on
link.
there 9:30
Okay,
that it was going to start.
all right. We'll wait a few minutes then. Ed Morley, the new building that you all built for the property owners sure is nice looking. I saw it the other day. Thank you for doing that.
Well, we had a very distinguished group there, including Mr. Stiles. And we put a new door on the POA building, and all was left now is to get it trimmed out. I hope to
Looks
hope to
good.
get some trim when I go downtown later today.
Well, if the city decides to build a little utility building, Jason will know who to call.
I wish we could have videoed some of it though, because we had the volunteers were all very qualified craftsmen, but they all also had different opinions on what should or shouldn't be done. So
There was no spilling of blood, but it worked out great.
yeah, I agree.
It does really look nice.
Well, we're looking forward to our first pancake breakfast.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
cannot believe it's the 18th of May already. It's gonna be fun. All right, 2 more minutes and we're gonna start. Miss Dalhouse wants to know if we're having fun yet. Of course. Mr. Aiken looks like he's joining us. Good morning, Mr. Aiken.
I can't get my earbuds to work, sorry.
All right, Karen, I'm starting about 30 seconds early. Welcome, everybody. Sorry for the glitch. I think we've got it worked out. Jason does. And please check your email for the Zoom link for our 10:30 council meeting. We got to get going because we got a bunch of council business to take care of today in our workshop, our council meeting, and on our afternoon executive session. So with that, I'm calling the meeting to order. Let's get started. Do I hear a motion to adopt the agenda as written?
So moved.
Thank you. Jim, a second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Bill. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. We're on a roll. Okay. Take it away, Mr. Streetman. He has been extremely busy doing the city's business, and he wants to give a report on some items that he's attending to as we speak. So the unseen Jason, take it away.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Good morning. Yeah, I apologize for this technical difficulty here. You can't see my face, but I'll get this resolved by the 10:30 meeting. Diving in last week, Daniel Martin, the GMRC, he came up. This was an individual follow-up visit from a previous visit from the GMRC leadership we had last month that we hosted. We provided him with a tour of Sky Valley, and we showed him several projects in the works. He did seem impressed, and he provided some insight into some potential grant opportunities we might be able to apply for later this year when those grant application windows open up. Additionally, we have began IDing key aspects of creating a multi-year strategic plan. Cody English, who's an employee of ours, he will be here on the 10:30 council meeting. Let me admit somebody here. Recently, he spent a week in Carrollton, Georgia to obtain the 40 hours required classroom training to obtain his Class 3 water certification. Additionally, last week, Cody took and passed the required exam. I'd like to say this exam is a very rigorous exam. It only has about a 30 to 40% pass rate, and he passed it on his first attempt. And so in turn, we've applied on his behalf to the state, and we received an email confirmation late yesterday that his license has been granted and approved. So we're proud about this. Of course, this is in an effort to bring that mandated water testing in-house and also to identify and grow employees who may one day hold future leadership roles with the city. Also, hopefully this was done in an effort to try to create some cost savings for the city as we are currently outsourcing that mandated testing with a gentleman with the Raven County Water Authority. Once Cody gets his license, we're going to let him spend about 30 days minimum to work with this gentleman to kind of pass the baton and transition where he can take over this important job of making sure that the city's water is safe and as quality as possible. The renovations to City Hall should begin early next month. The contractor has already installed the prioritized French drain. He did that over the weekend. This is in an effort to address the flooding issues we've had with all of the rains that we seem to have too often. And once he begins on the rest of the renovation, he hopes to be done in about 3 weeks to a month. So hopefully this may be done by or before 4th of July. Had a follow-up meeting with Lamar Hare. He's a local contractor to give us a revised quote to do the culvert repair on Sky Valley Way. I'm waiting to get that back. He did, as you may recall, provide a quote late last year. However, with the continued rise of cost of material, that quote is no longer valid. I hope to get that soon, as obviously this is going to be a major project that we'd like to get started late summer, early fall. We have began taking inventory of city-owned properties. The city does own several parcels that are not on the tax rolls. Also, we received a couple of quotes to clear the right-of-way where Evergreen and the pavement ends near Sheep Cliff. This is an effort to create what we refer to as the southern entrance. The salt brine truck is up at Franklin. This was approved at a previous meeting, to replace that bed. We hope to get that back this week, and once we receive that back, I'm going to have the public work guys, they're going to spray a protective coating on that bed to reduce future corrosiveness. And then finally, Clegg Jarvis, our contracted finance officer, accountant, has been very busy. He's hit the ground running. There were several months of account reconciliation going back late last year that he's been working on. And we have also begun having initial discussions with Jolie Mixon, our auditor. And as we begin the process of thinking about creating the budget for 2022, it's hard to believe that that time will be here soon. And then that will conclude my city manager report.
Thank you, Jason. As you can see and hear, well, I guess you can't see, as you can hear, the city's very busy. Are there any comments, questions for Jason at this time?
Madam Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Could Jason elaborate a little further on what's included in a multi-year strategic plan? What kind of things?
Well, the things such as identifying our strengths, our weaknesses. Obviously, some of the things that come to mind are infrastructure improvements. I don't have those. I don't have that file in front of me now, Counselor. But we basically just looking at things that we need to address over the next few years, next 5 years, capital expenditures, infrastructure, just things of that nature. I'll be glad to pull that up and talk with you at later if need be. I apologize, I don't have that up in front of me at this moment, but in a nutshell, those type things.
That would be fine.
Yeah.
I imagine that would help us in projecting what our future budgets are going to look like as well.
Right. Mhm.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
On that subject, I thought that that had been discussed in the mayoral committee meeting. So Jim might refer to that last meeting if he wants to get some more updates.
Thank you, Ed. Anybody else?
To that,
Do we?
Madam Mayor, to Ed's point, there was the survey results from the citizen survey, and the mayoral committee was compared to the joint comprehensive plan with Rabun County, and some priorities were set there, comparing those two, and that's I believe in the minutes of that committee meeting, and Jim, I can send those over to you if you'd like.
Thank you.
Good point, Bill. Anybody else have comments about anything? Of course, we're thrilled with Cody making the effort to take the course and pass the course. That's fantastic. And we'll be seeing his lovely face hopefully at our council meeting, and we can all thank him at that time. And Jason, thank you for setting that all up also.
One more comment, Holly.
Go ahead.
Jason, why don't you share with us the result of dimming down the lights at the front entrance? I think it's quite an improvement there. I think when people come in.
This was kind of been a more involved process than we thought it was going to be. We ordered some tint like you would traditionally use on a window tinting. The guys took a lot of creativity with this. The lens cover on those lights have ridges to them, and it really prevented of course, with tints, you really need a smooth surface for that to adhere to. So we had some problems there using the tint. We tried many things. We tried taking a Sharpie pen and trying to kind of tone down the lens. That didn't seem to work well. And then finally, we just sent the guys down the Reeves hardware, and they got a can of smoke tint spray paint. And we just kind of through trial and error spray painted those, or spray painted, or those lenses to tint that down, and that seems to work. So I'm glad to hear that that there's been an improvement there, because I know there's been some concerns there.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jason. Our next item is to discuss Servline leak protection program, and we have their representative with us this morning. Good morning, Jenna. Jason, would you like to just summarize what has been done at this point? And then we'll have Jenna answer any questions.
Madam Mayor, this item is something that was discussed in a previous work session. At that time, there were a few outstanding questions regarding the leak program. Since then, I do believe that most or all of those questions have been answered. However, for thoroughness, we've asked Ms. Haslett, Jenna, to come back in and answer any questions that y'all may or may not have. I didn't, again, I think all the questions may have been answered, but she was gracious enough to join in on this Zoom meeting as we began or transitioned to the next step, which is to get this adopted formally.
Are there any questions or comments that we can direct towards Jenna, since she's in the hot seat?
Well, I seem to remember that there were a couple of different levels of protection that we could provide for. I think the biggest one was whether we were going to do it to a limit of like $2,500, or was it $5,000 for the second?
2,500 is the most, and $1,000 would be the
Oh,
step below
okay,
that.
so it was 1,000 and 2,500. Okay. Just for the benefit of the fellow counselors, I would say that based on personal experience, that the $2,500 maximum is what I would recommend. The other thing that I recall was that there was an element that would provide protection inside the home for the homeowner. Something that the city's never had any liability for that, but this would be a sort of an upgrade in protection. And there's a question in here someplace. I think the question had to do with whether or not the homeowner's insurance would already provide that level of protection, or if somehow this is in addition to that, or just what the ramifications were there.
Sure. So I'll make a quick distinction. The Servline program, specifically the leak protection, that $2,500 limit, that only deals with the customer's high water bill, and that can be a leak on the main water line outside the home, or that can be a leak inside the home as well, but it's only dealing with the water bill portion. The repair was that second program that I'm not sure you all are moving forward with at this point. But that is a separate program that deals with the actual repair, and that has protection for inside the home and for the external water and sewer lines. So we don't need to go too far into that. If that's not something you all are looking into right now, we can always look at that program again in the future. But the Servline program specifically is for the high water bill, and that can be a leak outside or inside the home.
Okay, and if I recall, the advantages of that program were not simply to the homeowner who would be burdened by a very high water bill, but in the past, the city has forgiven perhaps 50% of the bill, such that this would keep the city from losing revenue, as well as keep the homeowner from getting that major unexpected bill.
Yes,
Did
sir.
I understand that correctly?
You did, yep. So the city
Okay.
is no longer responsible for writing off those adjustments. So your customer will get the high water bill paid for, as well as the city's portion of what you would have adjusted off. You'll be made whole as well. And the added benefit with Servline is you all were only doing it once every 5 years for customers, whereas with this program, it's once every 12 months. So homeowners will be eligible for, or customers will be eligible for a leak adjustment. If they have it, say in November, they will be eligible for a leak adjustment November and December. And then the following November, December, they'd become eligible again. So it's a rolling 12 months.
Okay.
Great.
And Jason or Jenna, what was the amount per month for our homeowners?
For the $1,000 limit, if you're looking at either the 1,000 or the 25, the $1,000 limit is $2 for residential customers, $2 per customer per month. The $2,500 limit is $2.35 per customer per month for residential. So you're talking about a 35-cent difference for $1,500 extra of protection. So that, but again, that's up to you all, what you'd like to set it as. If you would like to do small commercial as well, anything that has a meter size of 2 inches and smaller, the rate would be $5.60 for a single business for the $1,000 limit. And then for the $2,500, it was $6.50 for a single business. If they have more than one business occupying that space, then it would just be double that charge.
I know Jenna, or we had discussed the condo question.
Mhm. Yes, ma'am. So that rate is a different structure. So rather, if you went with the $2,500 limit, rather than it being $2.35, it would be $2.50, but it's applied to every single unit. And the structure itself would only get one protection limit. You do not have to do that. You don't have to offer this protection to the condos that are master metered. We had kind of discussed the possibility of adding a fee to the Servine rate to help give customers an adjustment from the city moving forward for if they live in a master metered complex. But if you do not want to do that and you do want to move forward with allowing them to opt out, it would be $2.50 per unit, and they would only get that one per year $2,500 occurrence. So it is a little different for large condos, large apartment complexes. Doesn't seem to make as much sense. If you have a smaller duplex, quadruplex type scenario, sometimes it can still be pretty beneficial for them.
Okay. Thank you.
Does that
Jenna.
mean, I'm sorry, clarification.
Yes.
Did I understand that to mean that if you've got 30 condo units and one owner, one unit has a problem, that one unit gets the protection for that year, and any second unit that has a problem is out in the cold?
Pretty much, typically it's billed to the owner of the complex. And so they would kind of have discretion of to how they would apply that protection limit. So they can kind of use that to their discretion if they'd like. But essentially that is how it kind of would work. So it's really not as beneficial. I think I mentioned to you all in person, the risk with a apartment complex or anything that's master metered like that, the risk is significantly higher for the insurance company. And so it's a little bit more of a, five-headed monster that they have to look at and deal with that they aren't really sure how to look at and deal with. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's kind of the way that they've been able to figure out the structure of it to at least offer something if you all would like to.
Okay. I sort of think that just as a matter of principle, we ought to be trying to provide something for all of our customers. We've got, what, two 3 commercial customers perhaps.
Something for us to discuss, that's for sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim. Yep.
One more question, and this might be for Doug. Right now, I think we had to have legislation or an ordinance or something that the council passed to give the council the discretion to adjust a water bill. Do we need to remove that? Because now we're substituting the insurance policy for our ability to use discretionary action to adjust a
Yes.
bill.
Jim, Jason is working on that in conjunction with Jenna as we speak. Jason, do you need to speak to that?
I'll just add that working with Jenna, she has provided some language. It's my understanding we would need to amend our water ordinance, and once everybody is comfortable, and hopefully all the questions have been asked, what we would essentially do is just go through that ordinance amendment process, and we would include this new serve line language into the ordinance. And once we have, I do have I'd say a 99% draft of that working with Jenna, she's provided. And once you all are comfortable with moving this forward, we will plug that in and bring that to you all for the appropriate readings to amend that ordinance and add that change to include the serve line.
Jenna, would you
Okay,
just
thank you.
would you kind of just go over the timeline as far as how long it takes to set this up?
Sure. So we typically ask for about 3 months on our end. We can make that longer if you all don't want to start within 3 months. But we typically like to have about 3 in order to get any staff that would like trained on the program, get some stuff set up with the billing. But mostly we want to make sure that your customers are made aware of the program, which we typically do about 30 days prior to the program starting. We would work with you to send out a educational brochure in their water bills. If you would like to do that 60 days prior, we can do that as well. But we typically only pay for, we'll take care of the costs of 1 month of flyers to get sent out to your customers in their bills.
Okay.
But once you all vote yes and kind of decide on the specifics of protection limit and pricing, if you'd like to add to the serve line rate as well, once we have some of those details kind of nailed down, we can kind of start that 3-month timeline.
And that would give our customers time to opt out if they don't want to participate, correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's where that 30 to 60 days comes into play. So we would just need to know from you all if you would like a 30-day notice, giving them, a month to opt out, or if you'd like the 60-day, giving them 2 months to opt out if they don't want it.
And that would be something that your company would handle?
Yes, ma'am. We handle all
Okay.
those calls. If your community, anyone listening, if you all call the city, the best thing for them to do really is to direct those calls to ServeLine, because we're fully equipped with our customer service to handle all the questions and all the details that might go into it. Sometimes you can get, the fine-tuned things. And so we want to make sure that we're handling all of that for you all.
Jason, I think it would be good if you got that information from Jenna and we could put that contact phone number for her in our next Sky Valley Times in case people have questions.
We'll get that.
Now, our
Okay.
customer service number for your group won't be, because we need to have the policy kind of fine tuned in order for them to answer some of the more specific questions.
Okay,
So we won't actually have a customer service number issued until you all officially choose to move forward. But if anyone in your community has general questions, I'm happy to answer them. So.
thank you, Jenna. Thank you. Any other comments or questions or suggestions? Okay, let's move on. Thank you, Jenna.
You're welcome.
All right, let's move on to our next agenda item, which is to discuss the continuation of the contract with Doug Hollingsworth with the marketing committee. They made the recommendation to the council to approve continuing Doug's contract. And I think Bob O'Keefe will be at our council meeting next. If there are any questions of that, anybody have anything they need to say about that?
Holly, I'm going to abstain from this conversation due to a possible conflict, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off.
Well, we're not going to do any voting, Ed, so you don't have to do that now, but maybe at the council meeting.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for that comment.
I just have, Madam Mayor, I have one comment.
Okay.
You know, he's doing such a fantastic job for us, very cost effectively, by the way. If we were trying to do all of this ourselves, it'd be very expensive to get out of these publications and get the coverage
Right.
he's getting. So, you know, I support renewing this contract. One caveat to that is, you know, I would like to see the marketing committee review some of the other expenses. And I think we briefly talked about maybe this billboard when it comes up.
Okay.
Some of those things maybe we should look at the necessity of having some of that stuff and reallocating those dollars to, you know, a higher use.
Thank you, Bill. And we'll bring that up with Bob at the next meeting. And I concur with your opinion about the marketing efforts. We're talking hundreds of thousands of contacts by Doug's company. Anybody else?
Say it's amazing.
Oh, go ahead, Jim.
It's amazing the number of contacts of folks that have been reached so far.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it, to you know, seeing it translate into interest in Sky Valley and home sales.
Right. Right. Also, we just recently had one of our citizens, Jamie Dara, was on a national radio broadcast, which where she talked about Sky Valley. It was wonderful. And I'm going to ask Jason to put that recording on our website in case people want to hear it, because it's wonderful. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Any comments or questions on our chat, Jason, we need to address?
I just responded via chat. You probably all have seen that.
Okay. All right.
Did as well.
Okay. All right. With that in mind, I guess we will adjourn our work session and remind everybody who's in Zoom land to check their email for a login for our 10:30 meeting. Do I hear a motion for adjournment?
I move that we adjourn, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Jim. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Bill. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. So we all got to click off and click back on at 10:30, and we'll see y'all then. Thank y'all. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Okay.